it's me again. Welcome back to another really interesting video I'm gonna do today and I'm gonna upload it. So basically, happy Ramadan Kareem to every Muslim out there. Happy Eid to everyone, absolutely everyone. Now today's video is gonna be really interesting because I'm gonna be talking about myself and about my life. So basically, I'm a guy. Literally everybody knows this, but I take medicine, and because of that, I've done really weird things in my life. I just want to talk about myself. So basically, I'm uploading this into YouTube just about a story. So if you want a story to upload and go here and go there and go Joe Rogan and go here and go that, you want to upload the full story. So basically what happened is that in 2010 I had my first ever seizure. So what that means, seizure, which actually I think it meant something like I can't remember the name. I'll say it later, maybe I'll remember it. So basically what happened is that the seizure kept going on and on until I went to the ICU. The ICU is an area where you enter at the hospital, and it's an area where you literally sit down on a bed the whole time. It's like you came out of a surgery, but you're not actually in a surgery because you're actually in a recovery where your body is supposed to have some medicine, and you just progress on this, and then you leave. It's just a normal thing. And basically, I was in the ICU. Then I left. Then I had some medicine. They gave me a paramedicine. Take that. Take this. Take this kind of medicine. Take that kind of medicine. And we started. And I actually started. And now we went to the UK, and it was really interesting. Went to meet a few doctors here, met doctors there, met doctors from the US too. I'm going to talk about that too. We went to the UK. I cannot remember their names, but I'd love to upload about the US too. I'm not gonna, this is kind of a long video maybe. So I went to the UK. I think it was worse than the one that I went to the US, which was one of the worst times in my life, because I used to get like seizures like every time it used to happen. So actually I'm gonna upload this because it's a really good thing. Maybe I get really good views on this video. I don't know. Nobody knows. God knows, right? So later on in my life, just normal guy. Seizures in my life started to stop because not everything happens every time, right? That's what happened. So basically, and then it hits back again, fires back, and it stops for a really long time, and it's like bang, and you literally I'm walking downstairs. The biggest one that happened in my life is when I was walking. I came back from school, I guess. I came back from school. The biggest seizure that I ever had is that when I woke, I didn't walk. I actually came from the car, and basically what happened is that I was going down to my house, and when I went to the house, I lost the control of my body, and I literally just fell down and just out conscious, and I woke up, and I was literally in the living room. And everybody was surrounding me, like everybody. My auntie, my mother, my father. So it was like, what happened? What's wrong with you? And they're like asking me random questions, and I'm like, it feels like you're drugged. You know when you get like really, like for example, like drugged and you don't know what's going on. It happened to me because I think that's a really big seizure in my life, maybe for some example. And that happened, and that hit me. So basically it hit me, and for example, just you know, that actually worked out, and it came out to be one of the worst moments of my life. So basically, for example, it continued, and then I went to the doctors, and then a few people there, here and there. Then we got a plane to the U.S., and when we got to the U.S., they just asked me questions, just random questions. What do you do here? Where do you live here? Do you live there? Do you live here? No, just random questions from doctors. You know, just the pleasure and respect, and just the amount of like humbleness they share to you is really nice. You know, just sharing out there. And for the lovely people that actually, Dr. Shugani, I just remembered that name. Very nice, very polite doctor, Dr. Shugani, and a few doctors out there from Detroit, Michigan I went to, and I actually went to London's. I cannot remember the name, so thanks to them too. Yeah, and the biggest part that was really bad, I had this big like seizure where I had like two big seizures. One in my country, right? And one in the US. So one in the US, one in my country. So two. So the one I had in my country is when they stuck like a tube, and that tube like sucks out. Okay, kids, just leave the video. Just keep on liking. Just go. Okay, so this is basically adult talking. So basically they put like a tube in the neck or like in the chest where they put it right here. So basically what that does, and it sucks out the blood. It's like a blood, I think a blood circulation thing, and it changes the blood. They put into this like white substance inside of the body, and it goes in, and one time I remember that I asked them a question, and they told me that this white stuff, when it enters the body, it like makes the body healthier and healthier. And then I was like, hold on, why cannot I live like this? Why can't I live where you would like literally like overuse the substance that can literally make me live better? And then they were like, you need to pay money. Then I was a little bit shocked, and I was like, wait, you can literally like save me for my life, you know? And then that happened, so I went back to my country, normal stuff, back to seizures happen. It's like sometimes when you watch like a really long movie for a really long time, You remember the Batman movie? Have you seen the Batman movie? It's like a really cool, nice little intro, and then the third act, my bad, second act, it's like really long time, and like in the third act, it comes in and like bang, you don't know what's going on. It's literally like, what's a seizure is? It's like when you are drugged, or like for example, you take a lot of alcohol, or take a lot of, you know, the kind of stuff that I don't want to say because you don't want to share it to the internet, you know. So basically, it just hits you, you know. It's like you see when in the movies they get like shot by a gun. It's like that. It's literally like bang, and I fall down out conscious, literally lights out, bro. It's like Jake Paul, Logan Paul, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, whoever it is, whatever kind of Conor McGregor, whoever kind of fighter it is, it's literally like them punching me in the face. But it's not basically a person punching you. It's like being lights out. You know when you're like in a boxing match, and it's like bang, and you literally see black. It's black pitch. It is so dark. And you don't hear, you hear, I think I do hear something. It's like, I'm doing this here, it's just he fell down and he's gonna, I hear conversation. I do. I remember sometimes where I fell in the ground, and you can't take it, you cannot move, you can't move because you actually fell down. That's a big reason. But the second reason is I fell down, and I find myself in an area where I have never been. And then I started to ask him questions the second time, and I'd be like, "Wait, hold on a second. How did I come here? Where have I been? Are you my father?" And ask stupid questions, because these are fucking drugs I take in my life, and these drugs are really, I think they were for recovery or some reason, and I don't feel that they're correct. When you take like medicine for a real long time, that happened to me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I did the blood circulation again back in Michigan. I went to Michigan, went to Chicago. Weird story there. I'll tell you actually a funny story that happened there. It's a very funny story, so I'll tell you in a second. So we did that, and that was in my chest. They did a blood circulation thing. They did that again, but wasn't in Kuwait. Okay, that's in Kuwait. The first one in Kuwait. This is the second time. I did it in Michigan. Did it in Detroit. And here's the funny part. So we did that blood circulation thing, and we finished from that. Then we went to a little like fun, like 2 days, 3 days, 1 day thing. So I went to Chicago. Fun, beautiful area, lovely. I loved it there. Actually, Chicago is one of the areas that are like, it's just beautifully open, it almost just makes you relax, it's just watching structures and buildings and this and that, and you keep on watching. The areas are like really bloody open, and you literally like feel, you just relax and just feel how the environment around you is really interesting, because in Kuwait, the environment's not the same. It's not the same. I mean, it's not full of buildings and stuff. It's like an area where it's like full of buildings, but the buildings are like, they're still building them, you know what I'm saying? So that happened. And the last part that actually I think I had a seizure was last year maybe. And it keeps on happening, it keeps on building, and it keeps on happening. So that didn't stop. Now here's the funny part. Now, what happened in Chicago? Oh my god, this is a funny story, bro. I remember that story when I was walking at night. I told my father, "Hey father, I'm just gonna leave." I told my father, just gonna leave, I just told him I'm gonna leave. That my mother, my father, and my uncle were at Chicago. We had dinner, and we left out. So we left from the, I think it's a restaurant inside of a hotel. So we left from that area and went outside, just a little walking, we just got tired and bored and nothing, and you do absolutely 0% of energy. And, we just need that energy. And I was like, we need a walk or something, I got tired and sick of the table and just looking at dumb phones, you know what I'm saying? So I actually left there. When I left there, and I told them I'm gonna walk. They're walking, because they're walking really slow. I'm younger than them, and they were like, "All right, no problem." So I actually walked in, and for example, for some freaking reason, you find out there are drunk people out of fucking nowhere that are in front of you. They're like, "Yeah, dude, yo, what's up? How?" And you're like, "What the hell, dude? These are drunk people?" And it is one of the interesting things I have ever experienced beyond belief. It is so weird. It is so weird, and it's really interesting because you see people that are not real. It is like really weird. And they're like tripping and like this. They're like, "Hey, what's up?" When somebody talks and they don't get them to speak correctly, that's how it happened. It literally happened that way. But you can't hear what they're saying. "Oh, it wasn't drunk." That's what happens. See, that's how they talk, because you're actually drugged or like drinking alcohol by literally, it messed up with your brain. So that's the main thing of the story, because I was there and I was like, hold up. This dude holds up like freaking whiskey or some vodka, and then out of freaking nowhere, he starts talking to me, and he said something vodka. Then I was like, what the hell? He's holding vodka. I'm like, when he came near to me, the bottle of vodka was this huge, bro. This huge. He's holding a big old bottle of vodka in his hand. So I was like, I am speechless. I'm gonna be like drunk or some shit. So literally out of nowhere, my uncle or my father took me and they were like, just let us leave. I'm like, I'm looking at the ocean or something. Random stuff just came out of my mouth, and we just left, and we came back to Kuwait, and my life continued. I had a few seizures, ICUs, and going here and going there. A really long story, by the way. That's how things happen in life, and how things can happen in life, because when you overuse drugs or like medicine, it's not the good part, because you overuse it and you go to this level where you're like, this is fucking useless, you know. You keep on overusing it and using it and using it. It's not working, you know. It's just, you need somebody out there that can tell you, hey, you're gonna use like 7 pieces, and day 2 and Monday you're gonna use like 3 pieces. Then you go 1 piece. Then you go 10 pieces. Then you go 4. I think that's how they do it. I think that's how they do it, because they're not telling you what's actually happening. Because in my country, I think basically they don't tell you what you actually take and why you take it. Is it good? Is it bad? Is there a bad sequence? Is there a good sequence? Is it normal? Is it unnormal? You need to tell me, because you're not telling me. I'm not hearing in my ear. Yeah, and that's pretty much it, guys. Comments down below what you think about the story. Interesting, not interesting. Respect to you all. I'd love to know that this story was interesting. If not, just enjoy, you know? Just telling a very nice story of my life, basically what happened. That happened here, happened there. A little funny story happened in Chicago, very funny. Weird, really weird, because I'm Muslim, and like 3, 4, one dude comes to amongst you, and he's holding a big jug of whiskey, bro. A big jug of whiskey. It is really weird, because I've never like seen whiskey. Because I remember a time where I went to the UAE, and it's like, I remember also another time when I've seen like, hey, that's whiskey, that's beer and stuff. Left the area, years later, proper 12 in UAE. I remember seeing that, and I'm here at Conor McGregor and freaking press conference, proper 12, and you know, just funny stuff, you know. It's just really interesting in life. Thank you all for watching. What do you think about the story? If you liked it, share, subscribe. See you on the next video. Okay?